Live. So, do we have any, is Jacob on Zoom? Is Veronica on,
Veronica will be here in a minute.
is Sonia on Zoom? Is Ken on Zoom? Oh, they're all playing hooky. I talked to them all today, they were all gonna be on Zoom. See?
We're just open.
Yeah, we got enough
All right,
to
yeah,
open.
welcome everyone to the Wareham Zoning Board of Appeal meeting for tonight, May 10, 2023. It is 6:30 PM and we are at room 320 at the Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. My far left, Mr. Richard Semple. Far right, Mr. Troy Larson, our clerk Jim Akabachi, myself, the chair Nazir Kalasi, also present Assistant Town Planner, Mr. Jonathan Dickinson. And, okay, Jake is not coming, so for the record, throughout the night, Mr. Larson will be voting for Mr. Morrison. Okay, on the minutes. Minutes for 26-23.
I'm pretty sure, oh yes, I did read these, they came online. I saw the word draft up at the top here, though, it's kind of, Jonathan, over here on the top, it says draft minutes. Does that stay on there, or once I sign it, is
We
it?
can remove it.
It doesn't matter to me whether, I can cross it out and initial it if it,
Yeah, that's fine.
just so I don't want anybody thinking, where's the final minutes, that's all.
I'll let the transcriber know not to put the draft on.
I'm happy with the way they're written, I did read them online, I'm assuming this is the same thing I read.
All right, for the record, Ms. Veronica Debonese just walked in. It's 6:33 PM. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
Good
All right, so what do we get for minutes?
We've got the April 26 minutes, which I did read online. I'm assured that they haven't been altered, so I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, we have a motion by Jim,
I second.
second by Richard. All in favor, say aye. Richard Semple,
Aye.
Troy,
Aye.
Veronica,
Aye.
Jimmy,
Aye.
and myself, Nazir, aye. We'll go into continue public hearing on 5-23 6 Chapel Lane.
I'm letting her into the meeting.
What's that?
I'm letting her into the meeting.
Ah, okay. All right, public hearing is still open. Mr. Sweet, hello.
Good evening, Chair. Nice to see everybody.
Okay, hi. All right, where we at?
So,
Well, I believe at the last hearing, we were able to wrap up the stormwater. And we have provided a draft decision for you and culled the waiver list down to just those that are necessary. So we were hoping to discuss that today, unless you have additional questions on the project.
What is it you want to discuss, ma'am? What did you say you want to discuss?
stormwater?
The decision?
Ah, okay. Okay, did you ask anyone about that deed writer?
I've not ever had anyone ask me to do a deed rider for a decision for a rental housing development because the long-term affordability restriction is documented at final approval with the regulatory agreement.
Okay, my
So it
experience...
certainly didn't come up when we did the homeownership one either. So I'm just wondering where the requirement is coming from.
All right.
So here I have in my hand, handed to me by our town planner today, on the top of the page, it says, Local Initiative Program Affordable Housing Deed Writer. And then there's a notation in the header that was I deed writer SAR/Massachusetts Universal 5/30/16. And it's for projects, you know,
That's for when you sell an affordable home to another homeowner. you add a universal deed rider. That's not what is happening here. That's for once you've built a home ownership project and you're selling it to the end user, the occupant, you add a universal deed rider.
So this is the rider for,
Only for sale, you mean? That's only if
It's
the
for a
units get
sale of to the end user, to the actual affordable homeowner.
so if Mr. Bushman came back to us in a year or two and said, you know what, I hate all my tenants, I'm converting it to condos, I want to sell them, and we said, okay, go ahead. It's
Interesting.
okay, Steve, sell them. He'd have to attach this rider when he sold the affordable unit. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but there's a lot more to it. We're going to be getting a regulatory agreement that will be for rental units with DHCD that the town will sign when Mr. Beekman has his financing. And so if he were to convert it to condominiums, he would have to follow the state condominium conversion bylaw, as well as we would have to do a new regulatory agreement that would be for ownership units. And if all that went through, then when he sold the individual units, the purchasers would have that deed rider.
Okay, makes sense now.
It's, you know, the mud has gotten much thinner. Thank you.
All right,
You're welcome.
so, what do you guys want to discuss?
So I believe that this thing's been beat to death, reviewed and re-reviewed and talked. There is an agreement between the town and Mr. Bushman that's going to be recorded at the registry.
Oh, that's just my,
You know, I think, you know, I think we're good with this. I think we're ready to, you know, close the public hearing and make a motion to accept the decision and get it, get the 20 days out of the way and let this guy start spending money on contractors like a drunken sailor.
Can I ask, was there a question about discussing waivers?
Correct. So, what's the waivers you ask her, regardless the square footage and the frontage?
They are at, and I just want to scroll down to what page they are on the decision. So they start on page 15 of the decision.
Where's the decision? Who's got decision? Do you have a decision somewhere? No?
I might have, do I have a copy of the decision in the box, or?
I didn't put the
It's
box
online.
together, but it is.
Do you want me to bring it up on the
Yeah,
screen? Would that
please,
help?
Please, yeah, please do.
So the first set of waivers are because you have comprehensive permit rules and regulations that are from 2006. And you've probably seen this on other projects, that the rules, that Mass General Laws, Chapter 40B has changed since then. So a lot of these have to do with application requirements that are no longer applicable, like giving you a pro forma, like paying $5,000 for outside counsel. So that's what this first set of waivers are. They're definitely the same ones that we had on the other Red Brick one.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about these first three?
No, not me. Okay, second one.
You want me to go to the next page?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that. So one of them carries over. These are still application requirements. And basically, we didn't give you 25 copies. We gave you 5 copies. That seems like that's been acceptable. And so the next waiver has to do with the actual conformance with the underlying zoning. that we are essentially increasing the density.
Okay, anybody on the board, when they have question, feel free to stop her. Yeah, I get that.
Okay. And essentially, under the establishment of districts, it's basically the same thing. So that just has to do with doing 6 dwelling units.
Okay,
And then the next is basically the groundwater protection district. Basically, it's the same thing that we are waiving basically the lot coverage requirements under the groundwater protection district.
okay,
And the earth removal is a procedural waiver. So you can choose to deny this waiver because it's procedural. It just means we don't go somewhere else to get the earth removal regulation. But we wanted to let you know that we're estimating there'll be 600 yards of fill.
to come in or to take out? You bring it in 600 yard?
I would think on the landscape side of it.
Okay, well, you gotta raise it a little bit for water table?
I don't think we have to raise it at all for the water table.
It's
We're gonna
like,
keep these foundations right out of the ground.
you're bringing stuff in for loam for.
The loam is where I'm going with that, yes.
And as far as taking out material, foundations, are you using everything on the lot, or are you getting rid of that?
I believe everything's gonna be kept on site, Rick.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next, Ms. Reed.
The next one is that we're waiving our lot, minimum lot area size. The next has to do with the fact that we are building more than one structure on the lot.
Yeah,
And then the same thing with the multifamily housing district, that we're doing more than what's allowed. And then we get into the more traditional waivers that you're used to seeing, and I took out all of the dimensions that we comply with, so you're just left with the fact that we're waiving the minimum lot area, the number of dwelling units, the screening and buffer setback, and then the land clearing and grading is also a procedural waiver in the sense that you have jurisdiction over this. And then the same thing, this, you're essentially doing the site plan review at the ZBA, so that's also a procedural waiver. And the same thing for the street regulations, that it is a procedural waiver as well. And there's some waivers with regard to the sewer connection.
which is?
It says applicant requests a waiver from the requirement to obtain a written permit from the commissioners for connection or opening to the public sewer. Because you're reviewing all of the plans here today and approving them. So, and at the end of it, there is a request in here that you can choose to comply with or not, which is that we were hoping to get a waiver of the sewer connection fees for the 2 affordable units.
How much are the fees?
I believe it's 18,000.
Steve, do you know that?
I believe it's 18,000
Total
for a hookup,
for all 12.
Or no?
for all 6,
For all 6.
Sorry,
to tie into the existing at 17.
Yeah,
Well, we'll ask the board, see what they say about this.
So
Yep.
$3,000 per unit.
Correct. Yes, sir.
yeah.
You're looking for a waiver on 1 or 2 of them?
On 2 of the affordables would be,
The 2 affordables, yeah.
I have a question about the sewer hookup. Did you say something about we were approving plans by passing this? Is that what you just said?
So it looks like the requirement is getting a written permit from the sewer department, and since this is a comprehensive permit, it subsumes all permits except for like the building permit. So if you look at this line, it says instead, all aspects of the site plan and construction, including sewer construction and connection, will be approved under the under the 40B, under this permit. So there's two pieces to this. One is procedural, meaning you're approving the plans that are in front of you, which have been, peer reviewed. And then the second is the request for the waiver for the 2 affordable units of the fees.
But Mr. Campina already reviewed the plan and approved them, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he gave us a letter of support.
Okay.
Yep, there's certain gallons set aside for this project, yes, sir.
Well, that's what I was getting at, thank you.
So basically, they're just saying that
So basically what's going to happen is this comprehensive permit, everything that's in sort of the earlier part of the decision, the developer will have to comply with every single thing that's in there and walk into the building inspector and show that, and the fire department and, plumbing and, whoever else they go to when you do a regular building, and show they've met all those requirements. But the plans that you've reviewed in front of you are going to be, obviously advanced to, construction level plans. So you're just kind of giving the first nod saying, yep, this looks good. And then he'll go through a normal building permit process. Well, they'll really kick the tires before he pulls a permit.
Okay, very well.
So do we discuss the fees?
We can, if we go to public first, quick. Anyone in the room want to speak? Sir? No. Anyone online? Okay, yeah, you could discuss whatever you want. What do you want to discuss?
So the fees are for all 6 to be waived, or what, I'm confused with.
Just the 2 affordable.
2 of them, $6,000.
I'm okay with the affordable units myself.
she's okay with the waiving of the 2. And I agree with you.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't, but you don't need me.
You don't. We overruled you.
That's good, that's fine. That's what this meeting's about.
We just want to show you our
Can I
power.
inquire why? Just, because I'd like to educate myself. if
But
there's
the reason why, because you get in you get in 6 units where you're allowed 1, so, that's not a bad deal, that's why.
Oh, you're getting 6 where you might get 2 or
1.
1, it's a 1.
I mean, I know it's affordable housing, but that's my, but you guys don't have to agree,
No,
but that's mine.
I'm not asking
And
you to
actually-
change, just wanted to be clarified if there was something that we should know more to the,
No, no.
to the story.
That makes sense, and I would say, I was thinking of it as these were being sold, so when it's sold as an affordable, there's a loss of income there, but that's not, actually, it's going to be rented, and the rents are pretty high for affordable, so, but I stand by what I said.
Okay, so you guys have it. All right, Mr. Bushman, anything else before we close?
I'm comfortable with everything going on.
Ms. Sweet?
No, it just, if you close, I can't speak anymore. So I
We
just
didn't
didn't know if
close.
anyone had any questions about the body of the, the procedural history or the findings, or, and then if you do close and you vote, you will need to vote individually on the waivers. So
Correct.
you're experts at this. So no, this is terrific. Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
On the fill side of it, if I have extra fill, can I push it onto my land, my other property that abuts it? That's not a problem with you
Could
folks?
take it anywhere.
Okay, that's all, just so we're all on the same page, or the other lot of land at 20, as long as it's my own property, that's no problem?
Like you said, it's procedural, like the earth remover, but 600 yards is basically nothing.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean,
I just want to make sure. it's on
Any
the table. I don't
foundation
wanna-
you do, you'll get 200 yards,
Right.
one foundation, so, but in this matter, it's procedure, so she has to mention it,
Okay,
that's all.
and I want to mention it, you know what I mean? I don't want to.
Yeah, but like she said, it's procedural, but
You got a
doesn't matter.
pothole in your driveway you need to fill off this job?
Yeah, we got a couple of them.
Yeah. One more thing, Mrs. Sweet, third time is a charm. This is 2 hearings, we never met you. Like I said last time, I don't know if you even exist, or that's just a...
We want to know if you're artificial
So
intelligence.
next time you represent somebody, we have to have the honor to meet you here.
I will. I came down and met with the Board of Selectmen. And I just happened to, it just happens that my 2 Ws, Wareham and Winchester, are meeting the same nights, kind of like last time, so I have to do one early and one late. But Steve has another project, so the third time will be the charm. I will come down and meet all of you, I promise.
There you go. Good. All right. That being said, what's the wishes? You guys want to close?
So moved.
You want to close the hearing? So we have a motion to close by Mr. Jim Akabachi. I have a second.
Nobody's online.
It's just Sonia.
Okay. I second.
Second by Mr. Sample. All in favor, say aye. Richard?
Aye.
Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
And myself, Nazi. We closed. Now, we go in the motion first on the waivers. You want to go, Ms. Sweet, you want to do the waiver vote first? Or the comprehensive permit first? Or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Chair's choice.
All right, so on the waiver list that she mentions, can I have a motion to grant all the waivers she asked for, except the sewer, if somebody wants to discuss?
I'd make that motion.
So motion to grant all the waiver, including the $3,000 to $6,000 waiver on the sewer,
Correct.
correct? So we have that motion by Jim. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Troy. All in favor in that motion, and including waiving $6,000 for the 2 affordable unit sewer fees. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Myself, I no. So abstain or no, so let's put it no. So it passes anyway. Second motion on the
Did you vote no or abstain?
no,
No.
but doesn't matter.
Right, I get it. I just wanted, so when we write it down.
Well, actually, I'm in for all the waivers except the sewer, but 6 have it, it doesn't matter, my vote, and that's matter. Now, on the 40B permit, how can we have, before we go forward, any discussion? Okay, there's no discussion on the 40B permit, so can we get a motion on that?
I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented and taught to death.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Jim Akabachi to grant 5-23-6 Chapel Lane LLC comprehensive permit 40Bs.
If they put that.
Map 43, lot 1036, 1037A, 1039, 104A, and 1041A. Do I have a second on that motion?
I second.
Second by Mr. Richard Sample. All in favor, say aye. Mr. Sample?
Aye.
Mr. Larson?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Akabachi?
Aye.
Aye, and myself, Nazi, aye. You got it, 500. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll work with Sonia and Ken as to when it gets filed with the clerk and make sure we pick it up for recording. We're very grateful for all of your time and thoughts, and I think it's a better project than it came in. So it was great to have the extra time to figure it out to make everyone happy.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you, and good luck, Mr. Bushman.
Thank you. Is Ken online with Sonia, or is it just Sonia? No, nothing. Okay.
Why, do you want to do
We
a
get that
little delay
email
on
about,
Ken?
we get that email, yeah, I wanted to.
He's like the kid in the back of the room when the teacher's
All right.
talking over there, just showing, putting it all over her face and stuff.
Settlers Glen,
Yep.
I guess they made an agreement, the attorneys, they instructed us to sign. I signed. Whoever wants to sign can sign, who doesn't want to sign
In
don't
case
have to
anybody
sign.
else on the board didn't see the email, town council did review.
You guys recall that? They have an issue with the water?
Recommended that.
Yeah,
But they made a meeting and they worked it out.
Requested, but recommended is a better word.
So,
Say what they decided on, or you don't care at this point?
no, they guess they agreed to pay the water department $160,000, I believe.
That's the amount I saw.
Like, 'cause it's the loop and all that?
For everything.
Jazz?
It's for everything. The only thing I would want it really to know out of the whole deal is the water department separate entity.
And
or
that
it's
was
not,
never
and
determined.
we never got an answer on
Never
this.
got that answer
So
because
if
they
somebody listening, I would like to get an answer on that. Are they separate entity or part of the town? That's all, when it comes to 40B. But we never get the answer, 160 grand later.
160 grand in fees they are agreeing to pay,
Including inspection and all that.
and they both agreed to pay their own attorney fees. Nobody won, nobody lost. It was settled in arbitration, so...
Yeah.
So I don't think a formal decision has been reached on whether or not Onset and Wareham water districts, because I would assume it was the same for both Onset and Wareham. They're either a part of the town or they're not.
They're the same system, yeah, so we really don't, we'd like to know the
Two
answer.
different systems. Onset and Wareham are two different systems.
Are they?
Two different districts, two different systems.
Yeah, that I understand, but is Wareham
Two
considered
different
that?
billing systems.
Right, but Wareham consider themselves part of the town or independent? That's what I'm trying to...
Wareham, I don't know, if the Wareham Water Department has never challenged our authority. It's only Onset that has challenged. Have you,
So you got 4, do you need 5?
What's up, buddy?
everybody's name is on there,
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
even Jacob.
So he's not signing because he's not here?
Well, we could ask him to go by the office and sign. If he's listening, Jake, stop by and sign.
Is Jake online? I'll say it before they turn the microphone off. I know when we made the decision on Butterfield, he made the comment, "I'm done."
What's the 8-inch tapping fee for Onset? Do you remember?
The what?
8-inch tapping, the 43,000?
It's up, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Did it, the old rate, was it like 23 and then it went up to?
I don't remember if, I don't believe they're paying the new amount. I think they're paying the lesser. I think it was,
The lesser one,
they're paying 160, not 240 or
For
something.
20 units.
right.
160
Including the
grand
tapping fee.
for 20 units. So that's,
20 units, one.
I believe, I'm not sure, don't quote it on this, they agreed on paying the 3,500 unit, but we said don't pay, not to pay for the tapping, the second tapping fee. And housing said, okay, you pay for tapping fee, or they came to an agreement, but you pay the 3,500 instead of 45. But I forgot, it's been a while, so
Well, it's
it doesn't
basically-
matter, as long as they're both happy, that's what matters, right?
Basically 8,000 per house, per unit.
yeah,
Yeah.
2
It's
8.
still not bad, if you make a well, it's 10,000, at least, if you get water,
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Yeah, and then if you put in
then you don't pay the ongoing.
if you put in a well, you also have to put in, pumps and all that jazz
I
and
was just
maintain
looking
it.
through, I wanted to see something from the Onset Water Department signed in there, so that's what I was looking for.
They did,
It's
no,
signed.
they
I
signed,
saw it, that's what
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna sign until I saw something on there.
That's your gift for the
I don't-
night?
Not that I
Thank you.
don't trust,
Yes.
but I just like to see.
I looked at it online. Yeah, I believe you.
Want to
Yeah,
pass it
you
this way? 'Cause
100%.
Let's
There's one-
jump over the table,
gotta-
do it, do it.
You gotta chase Jake to sign it.
one signature is missing, but that person is also missing, he's resigned the board. They've got adequate
I was
signatures.
gonna
Yes,
say,
sir.
there's 5 signatures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
so I
We
think that-
4 and there's Jake 1-5, that's plenty. Good. What else? Nice, easy night. Anything, guys, you guys want to discuss? Next hearing, I'm not gonna be here, so you on your own. I try to be online, but if I can't, I can't.
Time
So
difference.
if people ask to be heard by 5 people, tell them you gotta come back.
You gonna be in a different time zone?
Yeah, I'll try to go online. If I can't, I'll do my best.
Well,
So-
you give the town a lot of your time and you do it very well, so I think we can get through one meeting.
There you go.
But the only thing is, if we've got new stuff to open, does that mean you can't be on any of them, or
Yeah, that's okay, I'll continue this way.
there's a bunch of them? I'll look at the addendum in advance, the addendum, yeah, I'll look at the,
But you could open it and close it, and if the people choose to have 5 board members and you don't have 5, you open it, don't discuss it or continue it, then I could sit on it.
well, I guess what I was leading to is if we're gonna get like 8 or 9 new applications, then I'll give you a text message and say, hey, make a real good effort to be on.
Right.
And then then we.
I don't see too many more, but I do see the Onset Bay LCC one. So is that one that he was sitting on?
Is that the one that we told him to go back and do it right?
And then I read a bunch of stuff about a letter saying that they're gonna be
Yeah,
stacked too
that's-
high,
Right.
so.
Yeah, that one's coming. I'll try my best. But then again, because there was 5 members, they could say, well, we want 5 members, so you'll continue it if I'm not on.
Okay,
They'll have the right, so.
okay, all right.
Other than that, you guys want to adjourn?
I would second that motion if it's a motion.
No?
So moved.
Okay, so we have a motion by Jim to adjourn, second by Richard. All in favor, say aye, Richard.
Aye.
Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye, adjourned. Thank you.